The third episode of the Book of Boba Fett released to a lot of criticism, and though it definitely has its problems, is not problematic as some are claiming. This is Exasperated Nerd Explains. I have seen multiple articles, videos, and podcasts criticizing the massacre of the Tusken Raiders, not from a narrative sense, given it feels like they were just introduced and now they are gone, but from the sense that they were a representation of indigenous peoples, and that it's problematic to have them all killed off like that. This is a dumb take. First of all, this is a show and these are aliens. It's not an actual indigenous people. Sure, they have borrowed aspects from different cultures to create a lived-in realistic world, but it is not a one-to-one representation. And if you're coming to Star Wars to get good representation of indigenous peoples, I don't know what to tell you. Go watch Return of the Jedi. Look, you can't have a protected class within a show or film where bad things don't happen to them just because they may have a resemblance or even be a minority group. Plus, you could even argue it shows the horror of history of how indigenous people were treated by civilized society, and it only adds to our understanding of this in pop culture. And one more thing, you didn't have a problem with the last 2 episodes? The drive-by from the train injured several and killed at least 2 or 3. It's hard to tell since they all look the same. Historical events with that many dead have been considered a massacre before. Then more died in the actual train heist. And to top it off, did you forget the first episode had them enslave people? So you're okay with that, but when they die, it's a big deal. It's an affront to representation. My problem with the episode are more narrative and character focused, the traditional realm of criticism for a TV show. I feel like the Hutt Twins were overall disappointing. When they were introduced, I thought they would be the focal point of the ongoing conflict in the Crime Lord era, but after Chrysanthemum failed, they just give up and leave. Though I thought the Chrysanthemum fight was fun. I think this would have tracked better if the introduction, Chrysanthemum fight, and the twins' departure were to happen in the runtime of a single episode. Having this introduced partway into episode 2 and then resolved partway into episode 3 made it just feel disjointed. Compare this to an episode of The Mandalorian where they introduce a problem and characters at the beginning, fight with the problem throughout, and resolve it by the end while still getting closer to the greater goal. I think if they restructured the Hutts and Chrysanthemum to be within 1 episode, it would flow a lot better and feel a lot cleaner. Plus, this left a dangling quarter of an episode they had to fill up with a chase scene that felt awkward, slow, and generally lacked excitement. And with that, let's talk about the biker gang. First impression, don't like them. I get they're going for a specific look and time period with an American graffiti vibe for their swoop bikes being all decked out and shiny, but they just feel so out of place, it's hard to get over it. I mean, imagine someone with jeans and a t-shirt showing up in the background. I get that sticking out and being seen is supposed to be part of their character, that they want to be visible, and I know Boba Fett obviously was in need of recruiting more soldiers to his cause, but these characters just feel like they don't belong in the Star Wars universe, and their bikes are so clean that they end up looking fake. Plus, I know there's Lobot and Valance, but as far as I can remember, there's not really a big cyborg culture or mindset that's ever been explored in Star Wars. And though it could be fertile ground, I think it's weird because the droids in Star Wars are often so goofy. It's weird to think that people see them walking around and think, yes, I would like to be more like a pit droid. Overall, after having the first episode set everything up, it felt like they were spending a lot of this episode setting things up again instead of moving along in a greater story. I feel like this whole thing is going to be about Boba Fett and family, and that's why they keep having the flashbacks to Jango leaving and the Tusken Raider found family. Now he's trying to make a family of his own, but it's still kind of disjointed and hasn't moved too far considering we're getting close to the halfway point. But I still hope the series can surpass the current peak from the last episode, and I want to see Boba Fett ride a Rancor into battle.
I've ridden beasts 10 times its size.
What did you think of the episode? How did you like the biker gang that's been introduced? Did you have a big problem with the Tusken Raider massacre? Let me know in the comments. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching. Bye.